Well, hello, my railroaders, and welcome to Randall Ellison channel. And today we got a big time quickie review coming for you guys to take a look at. We're going to be reviewing the locomotive that came out of this box. And I know it's something you guys are excited to see. I know I'm incredibly excited to review this locomotive. So without further ado, let's take a look at the locomotive that we're going to be reviewing. We have, of course, the Intermountain ET44C4, decorated as Bnsf 3745, and it is equipped with ESU Look Sound V5 decoder. So, without further ado, as I said before, I'm excited. I know you guys are too. Let's get right into it. So, this locomotive comes in a interesting package right here. This is the package that the cradle that it sits in. It is, when you get it, it is screwed to the locomotive. You can see the screws right there. They screw into the bottom of the fuel tank right there. May not be able to see the holes. Well, yeah, you can see one of the holes right there, just in front of the air tank right there. The screws go up inside the fuel tank, holds the model securely into place. These little foam inserts right here, they basically go right here on top. Right here on top of the engine. Basically keeps it held in and keeps it protected. And how you would take these off, and I'll try to show you here. Let me see if I can. Well, you'll have to forgive me, folks. I don't have a whole heck of a lot of room to work with here. But basically, what you would do, these side pieces right here, these little plastic side pieces right here, they come off. And basically, you would just. I'm kind of doing this in a dangerous way, so don't try this at home with the locomotive inside of it. So, but anyway, they just pull off like that. And then, of course, the foam pieces, these little pieces here, and I just dropped one, would come out. And then you would just carefully pull that out like that, and then that pops off. And then I'll show you this too. Right there is where the screws would come out and screw into the fuel tank. You have one right here and one right here. And basically, you just take you a little Phillips screwdriver. I'll show you here, and you'll basically just unscrew them out until the locomotive is free from the base. If you screw it out a certain way and then try to pull it and it doesn't come off, don't try to force the locomotive free of the base, because you could either damage the base or damage the locomotive that it comes in. So if it doesn't come out, just turn the screws a little bit until you feel the locomotive release from the base. And basically, stay still, camera. Basically, how I would do it, I hold it like this, or hold it inside like this, and I'll have my other hand cupped over the locomotive, and with my fingers on the side of the base, that way I can have a free hand. And then you just basically unscrew it, and then you take your hand like that, grab the locomotive, and just gently tug on it. And like I say, if it doesn't free, just turn the screws a little bit till it releases. So anyway, I just thought I'd show you how to take them out. Since it is a highly detailed locomotive, you do want to use great care. So anyway, with that explained, let's go ahead and get started reviewing this beauty right here. Once again, this is Bnsf 3745, ET44C4. So yeah, let's not waste time. Let's start over here with the front of the engine. Really nice piping. You see the and shock and brake cylinder detail. You see the cylinders for the for the C4 trucks. And basically, if you're not familiar with how those work, if you haven't seen a C4 in action, they're kind of neat to watch, especially when they accelerate, because this little, these two little cylinders here, when the engine starts to take off, these cylinders will open up, and this will move, and you see it kind of, you'll be able to see it kind of move, and what it will do, it'll lift this the center axle off the rail just a hair. You don't really see it come off the rail, but it pulls it up enough where it puts all the weight of the locomotive on these drive axles, right here, the traction motors, and it basically it puts all the weight on the locomotive so it can have adhesion to the rail. Depending on who you talk to on the railroad, these engines kind of get mixed reviews. Some of them like them, some of them really don't like them. They say they sounded a lot better on paper than they do in real life, but I won't get into that very much. But anyway, continuing on with this model, just lots of detail here. You see the air filter detail, the fuel filler details with the sight gauge. And this is what I like about the Intermountain engines. Check out the window tinting on this locomotive. That is really, really nice. And of course, we got the rearview mirror right there. Lots of grab irons here on the nose. You can see the PTC antenna details. We'll go over the top of the locomotive and let you get a look at that. Very, very nice. And incidentally, before I forget, Intermountain does sell these PTC antennas as a separate piece, or they did have. They did sell them. I would assume they still do, but they sell these as a separate piece that you can buy and put on other locomotives, which is really, really neat. So anyway, we'll continue on. And also the locomotive has roller bearing, functioning bearing caps on the trucks. One note I would like to make to Intermountain, if they happen to catch this, it would be nice if they would include spare bearing caps for these locomotives. At least this one didn't come with spare bearing caps. The Scale Trains models actually does, and which is really, really nice to have. Because these do come off every once in a while. I haven't experienced anything like that happening, but they will. I would say other people have them come off, but yeah, that's just something I would kind of like to see Intermountain do, and Athearn as well will be include spare bearing caps. But anyway, enough said about that. Come down here. Paint looks really good. A lot of nice detail in the fuel tank here. Looks really, really nice. More details on the truck, rear truck. Lot of nice detailing on the C4 trucks, the piping. All the decals appear to be readable and legible. I don't have a magnifying glass to know for sure, but it looks like it is. We'll come around to the back of the locomotive. A lot of nice details back here. We have the spare knuckle couplers, the MU hoses, coupler cut levers, just a wealth of detail. The handrails look really, really nice. One other thing I forgot to mention, I don't know if you can see that or not, but you can see the X panel through the radiator grill. That's really, really cool. It's also, you could also see it on the Scale Trains model as well. Yeah, it looks really neat. And I believe the radiator grills are also see-through, which looks really good. And okay. And I'm going to pause it, and we're going to turn around and take a quick look at the conductor side of the locomotive, so hang on. Okay, we're on the other side of the locomotive now, and we'll take a look at the other side, and once again, lots and lots of detail. We'll start here at the rear. You got the brake wheel, again, more nice detail, the radiator grills. And this is the interesting part. The reason why I hadn't never bought one of these Intermountain ET44s, up until now was because I heard a lot of stories about people having difficulty getting the shells off of them because of this chain, which actually is a really nice looking chain. It looks really good. And it is actual chain, unlike the Scale Trains model that uses a fake chain. But this is really, really nice. And like I said, Intermountain made a change to this area where you don't have to unhook this chain to get the body off of it anymore. I'm not going to try to take the body off of it because I don't have the workspace to do it. But let's kind of take a peek up under here and see what kind of changes they might have made. And just looking at it, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit here. Like, whoop, what happened here? Let's try that again. Okay, I'm going to try and zoom in right there. It looks like it might be attached to the frame, the hooks where the chain hooks into right there. It looks like it might actually be attached to the frame. If that is the case, you can remove this shell without taking the body off. So, yeah, that might be a nice improvement right there. So, like I said, it's a little difficult to tell. I can't really tell from this angle. Whoa. Got a little blurry there, but anyway, let's back out of that. But anyway, yeah, that might be something we might have to explore further as we go along. So anyway, we'll come around here. Again, lots of nice fuel tank detail. Got the air horn up there, and this is the later style with the angled exhaust housing. Come around to the front. Nice in windows, truck detail. Ditch lights look really good. There's the front snowplow. And the nice printed number boards right there. So, and of course, this engine uses KD number 5s. Right there. So, yeah, it looks really good. And the paint looks good. This is where I kind of give model railroad manufacturers a bit of a pass because the company I drive for is contracted with Bnsf, and I see their locomotives on a daily basis pretty much. And you'd be hard pressed to find two Bnsf engines that look exactly alike. And it gets much worse as the locomotives age because the paint fades out on them and whatnot, and it makes it much harder to accurately reproduce this paint scheme on a model. So this is actually an area where I give the model manufacturers a bit of a pass. But, you know, that's just me. I'm not going to get into a big rant about it, but yeah, like I said, it's not a big deal. So, you know, unless they just grossly mismatch the paint, but neither the Scale Trains nor this model seem to do that. They seem to be pretty much spot on from what I can see. So anyway, with that being said, we'll fire this sucker up and take a listen to the sound. Let's see how it sounds. So hang on just a second. All right, folks, I got to hurry up and wrap this review up. We're going to go ahead and go through the sounds right quick. Turn it on. Sounds... Oh yeah, listen to that thing. Headlights look great. Check it out. We even got walkway lights as well. So basically what I'm going to do is let it move forward just a little bit. And I'm using a DC power pack, so we're going to be pretty limited on the sounds. So, oh man, I mean, that's incredible. Looks great. So, yeah, I hate to kind of cut this review short, but I'm going to have to go on a trip, so we hope you enjoyed this little review of this locomotive. I gotta say, Intermountain did a great job on it. So, we'll wrap this up. Take care. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry I had to kind of cut it short so quick, but the railroad beckons. So, you guys take care. Have a good one. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.